Hi, I'm Csenge Csató. I'm coming from Budapest too, and I'm a graphic designer, an illustrator, and a DJ. But for a while, now I'm thinking like these are very intertwining. But for a while, I was having trouble to actually feel like I'm part of like any of these scenes. But let's see the beginning. So these are my childhood drawings. I have two moods, Mortal Kombat and Julia Roberts. And so there is this thought through my whole life that I always just wanted to draw. And so I went to this like course in high school, which was called like applied graphics, I guess, translated. But of course I ended up being a graphic designer, and I always felt kind of like an in-betweener in these fields. Like I'm like super maximalist with my artworks, and I use a lot of drawings and stuff, and I didn't really fit well in this like corporate world of graphic design, and I love color and stuff like that. But these are very recent works, actually, from the past 1-2 years, since I'm like a full-time freelancer, and like that one is a big poster for our own party series, and there is also this mix cover up on the left, which is my own mix series, but the other works are for clients, and you can see it's like very, they go well together. So I finally reached this point in my life that the clients are looking for me for this specific world. But today I thought I will talk about actually how I developed this style, which is exhibited here, and that came through music and through my connections in the music world. So I actually do a lot of album covers since like the end of high school, I guess. I always had connections to small tape labels and musicians I know, and these are also from the past 5 or so years. And what I really like about these kind of works is that I usually work very intuitively, just listening to the music, and the musicians don't really tell me anything like what should be on the cover or not. I just send them this like random spider, and they end up really liking it. So it's a very fortunate situation working with musicians. And actually, my first pencil drawing came through a gig like that, which was for a friend's project, which is like a vinyl cover. And this friend really wanted me to do a color pencil drawing, but had this very clear vision about like entering a new world, which is very similar to ours, but also very alien, and seems more fun, you know, and happy and stuff. And I made this cover in a way that I designed these like smaller elements and just made like a collage out of them, and then put it on the surface like, and I think it really shows. And so this was a very big turning point for me, that I really want to go back to paperwork and like do a lot of drawings. And so I put in like the main inspiration, which I say, if you know, you know, which means if you were on Tumblr in like 2011, 2012, and you followed like creative stuff, you probably heard about Codex Seraphinianus, which is like this huge art project, like 200-300 page fictional codex of like a world, and it had like plants, animals, the society, how it works, like professions and rituals of the humans who live there. And it was super inspiring for me, and my friend really liked it as a reference, so of course I'm not drawing this well, but that was like the main inspiration for this core. Also the language is fictional, and they tried to decode it for years and years, and then the artist Luigi Serafini actually thought that it's totally made up. Makes no sense. So this started a new thing for me, and I really tried to make time for just draw in my free time. But I had a full-time job at this moment, so I ended up just doing like a couple of drawings, and I only could manage to develop this sort of universe after I went fully freelance. So actually, I like this band, which is actually a psychedelic rock band who are working with non-Western tunings, and the band is called Decolonizer Mind Society, which is I think not a very good name. But I think they thought it's funny, but I think it's just a bit lame. But the music is very good. I can recommend. So this time, I realized with the first cover that I really should just figure out the whole composition at once and not doing like a sort of like a collage thing of smaller drawings. And I think this one really ended up better in terms of the composition and stuff. And those little like flowers are very signature for me now. Like I draw a lot of plants like this nowadays. And also with the lava on the floor, that's also very typical in my work now. So a third album cover came to me around, I think last year, and it's an ambient sort of album. And this guy, actually, we worked together like 11 years ago. Now I was still in the beginning of the university, and I made him a cover for like a small tape release, and he found my Instagram somehow and remembered me and wrote me an email that, ooh, I really like your new stuff and I really want to work with you again. And so the music is like ambient and has like these like watery sounds and kind of like biological stuff going on. And I figured out that I should draw something like which looks like a cell, but also kind of looks like a cave with like rooms and stuff. And so this thing really started something for me about looking for this like I don't know, like a door in between like semi-abstract things which kind of look like human, like hands, but also like tendrils and also like plant parts and stuff. Like it's like a whole new world or something. And so this time I finally had more time to just draw in my free time, so I started really working on stuff. And I also really wanted to put like a zine together, which is of course exhibited here. And I can thank a lot for my friends, Hurricane Press, who were always nagging me about like, we should make a print together or something, or don't you want to make a zine with us? And I was like, I really want it, but I don't have time for it and stuff like that. But of course, I was like, I really want to go back to this field now, and I figured out I really wanted to put only new stuff in there, but then I figured out that I will never be ready. So I just made a compilation of drawings and collages and stuff from the past 5 years or so, and that ended up in the zine. I also reworked, like, I think, this drawing, the right one, I redrew that in monochrome because it would be like super difficult to separate the colors here for Rizzo, and I think it looks much better that way. Yeah, and finally, this is actually the first editorial illustration job I just got, and I just finished the night before I came here, so I thought I just to see, and yeah, you can see the tenderly plenty stuff going on on the picture. Yeah, my plans for the future. I really want to, because these drawings are usually very small. I don't know. I think because I really want them to fit in a scanner, so I can digitize them like very easily. But now I really want to make like bigger drawings and take more time with one drawing. And yeah, thanks for listening.
Now it's time for Q&A. Do you have any?
What was the editorial illustration about?
Oh, yeah.
What was the editorial
actually,
illustration about?
It's super like written for me. It's like a sci-fi short story about like a crew which is coming back to Earth, like far from the future, and in theory the Earth is destroyed, but they realize that it's full of life again, and they are hired by this like hyper-capitalist company, which is called the Company, and so the protagonist makes contact with this entity, which is called the ochre, like the color, and this entity looks like some mycelium or something like that. It really, like when I read the text, it really just kind of looked like my drawings already, and it's like, okay. So yeah, something like that. I don't really want to spoil the whole thing, but yeah, I think it's actually an online magazine, so it will come out, I think, soonish.
Someone else has a question?
I have like a two-part question.
Okay.
The first one is like, is there like a big music artist you would love to work with? Would that be perfect? And the second one is like the opposite part. Has there ever been like an album that came to you? They were like, oh, we want to cover, and you listened to it, and you were like, nope, not for me.
So what is like the dream musician you would like to work with, and what's the opposite musician you would not?
I don't know, it's very hard because I mostly listen to like very small, like not very famous musicians. I don't know. I think the second answer is like probably happened, but I don't remember because it wasn't very memorable or something. I don't know. Really. Actually, I'm very open to like all sorts of styles, and probably I would even consider if I don't like the music, like why not? Like.
Or maybe like a genre that you would like to work with. Be like, oh, I still haven't had jazz music.
I mean, I work with like rock musicians, and I also work with electronic musicians a lot. Maybe some rapper or something that would be a new thing. I don't know.
I wanted to ask you, Csenge, if you sketched before or if you jumped directly.
Actually, with this editorial thing, I had to send sketches, and I was like, I never do sketches. Like, what to send? And of course, I just made like the linings, which I do in the beginning, and I scanned it, and I thought it doesn't represent anything at all, but they were like, oh, these are fine. So no, I never really do. I never really do sketches. I just go for it.
And is there any other question for Csenge? So thank you very much.